Okay, I'm here with director Michael Steiner, actor Andrea Zogg from Sennentuntschi, Curse of the Alps. So, Michael, Sennentuntschi, was this based on a real Swiss legend, or was it something you just came up with after a night on the absinthe?
Yes, I did the night on the absinthe with my writer, actually. Unfortunately, I don't remember. I have to say I got the real absinthe,
Mm-hmm.
because the absinthe you can buy nowadays is a castrated version of it, which the law allows.
Mm-hmm.
There's a substance in it called touillon, and this substance makes the weird things. But coming back to your question, yes, this is based on, but only based on an original myth
Mm-hmm.
of Switzerland, where it's about that three henchmen build a puppet out of straw. The puppet becomes alive, and they abuse her. She doesn't let them go at the end of the season, kills them, skins them, and hangs their skins on the roof of the hut.
Andrea, if I could just ask about the character that you play in the film and what attracted you to the role.
My character is a nice man in the beginning, and then it's coming schlechter, worse and worse, because it's with this woman came a thing on this Alp, and it begins a bad story.
And what attracted you to the part particularly?
I don't understand.
Was that the hydraulic fella?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, like.
Now all these beautiful different scenes, violence, sex, absolutely drunken. This is for an actor. It's a dream.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a dream. You can play in a movie so much scenes in this kind.
Now, I wanted to ask you, I mean, something I find with a lot of thrillers these days is they're very much hampered by modern technology and the prevalence of mobile phones. Was that an influence on why you decided to set the bulk of the story in the 70s, or was that always the intention?
It had an influence, but the main intention was I had to make, in Switzerland nowadays, through the modern technologies and through the mobile phones, these last small villages outside of civilization are also connected to civilization. And to set the story right, to make believe that the priest can still dominate the whole village, which is the cause in our movie, it had to be in the 70s. It's the last moment believable. That's why I put it there.
Right.
So basically you're right.
Okay. Now, the film uses a non-linear structure and really forces the audience to think. Were you worried at any point that you might lose the audience while they were watching the film?
I had no idea. My idea was only to make a movie that looks linear but is non-linear. That was the big trick about the movie. And so we started to build that construction. And honestly, because I never did that and nobody else ever did that, I had no experience on how the audience would react. So the premiere in Zurich was the first time I could see if this works or not, because there's no comparable things to it, movies.
Yeah.
I had, so it was basically try and error.
Mm-hmm. And did you make any changes in the edit after the first screenings?
Yes, I had to add in the end some little rewinds into the ending of the movie, because only, let's say, 2 or 5 out of 100 of the test screening understood the time trick.
Right.
And to really enhance it, and to actually didn't like to do that, but it was a compromise to the audience. So that's what I mean. We were really entering new territories, because it was always basically the idea of the movie came. I had the idea of the structure before I had the content to it. Since years I was dreaming, make a movie that feels linear when you watch it, and suddenly at a certain point of the movie you find out, oh God, the whole thing is not linear. Yeah.
There's some stunning locations in the film. What were the biggest challenges for both of you while shooting on location?
Yeah, Andrea knows it. The stones, right?
Yeah, the biggest. We are on the Alp in the middle of Switzerland, and they are really coming down stones. And we have 2 people on the hill, and there is a nebel,
Fog.
and you can see it. You hear it when a stone is coming, and the people can crying stone, and we all go behind a big stone for security. And one day we make in the Alps in September, in the beginning of September, and the next morning was snow, so much snow, and then we couldn't work. We have to wait 2 days. And it was on 2,000 meters, and you have to breathe. It's really hard work, and for us actors, we are inside so fast because it's all so crazy real.
Yeah. Now, I think the casting of Roxanne Mesquita is excellent. I mean, she really brings a raw sexuality to that role. How was it working with her, bearing in mind that for the entire film her character is mute?
That was only one challenge. I think the biggest challenge for her, she's from Paris. She is thin, and for her it was very cold, and she never experienced that kind of really bad weather in mountains, low temperatures. So she really had to perform in a way she never did in her life, in a natural surrounding which she was not used to it. And for that she earns a lot of respect that she did that. She was crazy enough to come with me to the mountains.
But we have in these scenes sexuality, or in the Alps, we have a good coaching from London, from Giles Foreman, from the studio Cavaranserai, and we make improvisation before we shoot the day before, and we find out how to make these crazy scenes. This was very good with Giles and Liana.
Yeah, and for Roxanne, you know, she's a French actor, so sex scenes easy.
Yeah.
You know, the myth about French women. Joking. Sorry, Roxy.
So here at FrightFest, I think this is the first Swiss film to be shown at the festival. Is there much genre filmmaking going on in Switzerland? Or are you kind of one of the first?
We are the first, yeah. We started. Now it's going on. Now there's 2 more horror films coming. And because in Switzerland you can only produce a movie when you got financed by the state. And until our movie, they were always denying genre because they said you won't make more than 10, 20,000 spectators. Now our movie made 150,000 spectators, became the most successful movie last year in Switzerland. And actually I'm really thankful for FrightFest for inviting us, really, because this is the first time this movie is shown in English-speaking territory.
Right.
And that's why I'm so nervous. That's why I'm also so excited to be here, because it's the first time I get reactions from an international crowd and the genre crowd. Because for Swiss audience it was just a weird movie which they like to watch, but it was not. There's no genre specialists or genre, and in Germany as well, Germans have no genre cinema basically.
So what's next with the film? Are you taking it to other festivals after FrightFest?
Yeah, this goes to, I think it is in Austin, Texas. It is in Portugal, in Lisbon.
Right.
It is in Sweden, in Lund, and then in October it's in Berlin and beyond, in San Francisco. It's in Denver at the FilmFest. It's closing night. It's many festivals. Some of them are genre, some are not. That's what I like about the movie as well. Like I see both worlds of festivals and how people are approaching it. Of course, what is really to say is that people who are into genre movies, they have a much finer sense for structural things or advanced narrative forms. This very linear 0815 scheme appeals more into the common festivals, I would say. So the genre festivals is like the really hard test for that movie, you know.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm gonna stand it here in England.
Okay, final question to both of you. What are you working on next? Is it true you're doing a film about Prince Charles?
No, I just had an idea to do a film about the life and death of Prince Charles. Yeah, it's a comedy. But at the moment I'm working on a movie called The Miss Switzerland Massacre.
Right.
Which plays in a camp for the Miss Switzerland vote before the election of the Miss Switzerland. They all go to a camp. Usually it is like in Thailand on a beautiful island. And I thought, my writer came to me 8 years ago, out with an idea. Hey, imagine a movie in which you have all very beautiful girls and they all get slaughtered. And then we came up said, hey, do it in a camp of the Miss Switzerland votes, before they start, not votes, the Miss Switzerland election, before when they go in this camp to prepare themselves before it goes back to Switzerland and then the election is there. And there's a killer on that island,
Mm.
It's a comedy.
Okay.
It's not it's not a serious
Yeah.
movie like
Yeah.
Sennentuntschi.
And Andreas?
I will play the part of Prince Charles. No, I make a police movie in Switzerland. I'm the police president. This is my next in September.
Okay.
For television.
Right. Michael, Andreas, thanks for joining.